going on YouTube? It's Payout Pete here, back with another deep dive trade. We ripped up overnight due to the Iran deal, and now we're building back inside February and early March balance within this massive distribution here. We opened above in this area where the taper is in the high time frame profile, the 90-day rolling, and then we started building underneath this taper and started building back inside this distribution. So I was leaning on shorts to try to get to the other side. Very tricky today because the price action was very choppy. I was just leaning on shorts and intraday structure as well as order flow. And that was pretty much the plan for this morning's short. Stick around, see how that trade played out. I did have to scratch out one time and get back in as new order flow came in to confirm that sellers were continuing to push down further. Thanks for watching. So this is the 5-minute and the 15-second chart here. We are holding under the 9 EMA, and also the EMA is sloped down, and we have just started building out the POC right underneath this yellow zone under the 5100s, and we're holding underneath the 5100s, and I'm waiting to see what happens once we break IB low, because my idea is that we're going to the other side of the yellow zone, which is right below us at right around the 950s area. So idea here is to get short, follow this EMA, this sloped EMA down, because we've now built out the POC within this distribution that is between 5100 and 950. All I'm doing now is I'm trying to sit on hands and wait to see if we continue lower and grind lower, because right now there's a lot of overlapping 1-minute bars, but we are slowly grinding down. So I'm leaning on shorts. Just gonna hop down into the 1-minute footprint now. So this is on 3x speed right here. This 730 bar just opened and we cracked the lows, breaking IB low, and we just violently continuation here on that 1-minute bar. But keep in mind the 1-minute bars are overlapping quite a bit. Tons of overlapping 1-minute bars. So if I'm going to short this, I'm going to have to short it at the top of any one of these overlapping bars. And so I'm waiting to see now if we continue to trade underneath IB low, showing that there's interest to push further down. And we're starting to see it because we keep revisiting the lows. If IB low is going to reject, we should only be trading back into the distribution above the 60s, right? But we're not seeing that. We're kind of seeing it oscillate, but oscillate lower and lower. So kind of grinding down. I'm kind of waiting to see, some order flow on the footprint to confirm that, okay, buyers tried to buy it and they got run over. And right here on the 734 count, you see 50 lots positive delta be put in. And I think that's the area where I place a limit order here, because we're continuing to hold below, trade below, and just oscillate. So I'm gonna try to get a short right here, right where that guy in 50 that got stuck at 50 is. What is that price? So like 49 or 50 or something like that. Put a limit order there, trying to get short at the top of this chop to continue down to the other side of the yellow zone, which is in the, I think, the 950s. So I'm gonna just speed this up here. Right now I'm trying to decide, how greedy do I want to be with this entry. I kind of want my stop to be above the 731 candle. But I decide to just leave it there. Filled. I get snap bid up, instant fill. that was very scary. I think my heart rate just spikes here to 107. And so we're just sitting in this thing now. So taking some massive heat here on this crazy bid up, and now it's starting to look dicey just because it came so close to my stop. And I'm really looking for price to trade back underneath IB low here, and it looks like it's starting to struggle now. This bar is where I was expecting continuation lower, and they kind of stalled here, or at least revisit the lows again. And I just didn't like seeing that. I scratched out of the trade right there. I was really expecting it to go back down to the lows, pretty much revisit the lows, at least auction that area. But we started holding above IB low right there on that other minute candle. So I'm waiting now for more information to see if the sellers are still willing to step on the gas here, or at least stuff the buyers. And right here, you're going to see me mark these two areas. That buyer that just stepped in got run over or absorbed, and now price is pushing underneath and holding underneath them. So I'm just waiting to see if we continue down lower before I place a limit order. Right around here, when we revisit the lows again, to me that's interest that we want to go lower again, so I put a limit order out. Stop is pretty much at the same spot it was earlier. And let's see what happens. I get tapped in here, I believe, on this push up here.
Order filled.
Again, the reason for really getting back short in was that 100 lot or 200 lot guy at 7:41 a.m. candle that essentially got fully absorbed, and then priced immediately pushed lower, and then we revisited the lows again. Here I almost get stopped out again. Very dicey. So we're just sitting in this thing right now, and I mean, at this point I'm not going to scratch out in this much heat. It's pretty much I'm going to get taken out or we go down. Heart rate's like 125 right now. There's a little push lower here because it's so choppy. I'm just like, to make this better on my heart rate, I'm gonna peel 4 off half size at 1R at 12 points right there to pay for this trade, because if it keeps round tripping me and I don't want to get chopped up in this, at least I'll have a free trade to hold this thing longer. So that was really sort of like trying to balance my emotions and holding this trade because it's so choppy, but we're grinding down, and we're holding beneath the 9 EMA. So we hold this thing. Gonna pop this into about 5-6x here. Another buyer shows up here, gets stuffed, and we're continuing to just auction lower and lower, grinding down. Peel some off at 2R here. And then my last one here, I take them at around 40 points. I peel off the entire position just because I don't want to wait to get round tripped. We do end up visiting the 950s, but I peeled off all of them by then. Gonna get a payout, so I wanted to lock it in on 3 accounts today, 1 Lucid Flex Pro and 1 regular Pro. Thanks for watching, guys.